Welcome friends. I am here to bring a complete detail of new economic package announced by Government of India in lockdown 4.0. So here I'll see Amit Kumar Gupta will take you to the latest amendments of new economic package or the announcements of new economic package of lockdown 4.0 starting from 18th of May in India. So let's have a look of the same. Before we start, my request to all of you, don't forget to like, subscribe my channel. Please press the bell icon to like and subscribe my channel. And keep updated yourself with the latest amendments announced in COVID-19 with the Government of India and various departments. So friends, I see Amit Kumar Gupta will take you what are the brief crux of the announcements made by our Honorable Prime Minister on the day of 12th May when he came at 8 p.m. in the market. So I just take the very crux of the same. I'll not go in detail of the whole speech. So the very first thing is he insisted on Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliant India. The very first fundamental of the slogan he gave, which has become now a very famous hashtag, Atmanirbhar Bharat. Five fundamentals he gave on the day 12th May when he came to address Indian people. First one is economy. First one is economy. I repeat, economy. Second one, infrastructure. What is the second one? Infrastructure. Third one is system. Third one, system. That means the government administration and the whole country ecosystem, economic system. Fourth, vibrant demography. That means the population. Unless and until we people are vibrant, nothing will happen. Next, demand. Yes, my dear friends, our economy will have only one way to boost up, that is only through demand. So he gave these five. First one is economy, second infrastructure, third system, fourth vibrant demography, and then demand. So these are the five fundamentals he gave on that day. Next, he promised that in the coming days, Finance Ministry will announce 20 lakhs crores of rupees financial packages for various sectors of the economy to boost and to bring the economy on a regular platform, on a boosting platform. So it will come in the phases he announced, and this package had already been started. Our finance minister had conducted, and today's video is just to cover all the various aspects what she had explained today. Coming on to the next package, he insisted that this package will cater to whom it will cater. It will cater to cottage industries, MSME, laborers, middle class, and industries, among others. So we are having a various combination of the package, so which will take care of each and every sector of the economy. Now the bold reforms. Yes, he also remarked that the government and the people must be ready for the bold reform across sectors will drive the country push towards self-reliance. So what is the main motto is to become self-reliant so that our economy, India will lead the world in the scenario of this global pandemic. And the last but not the least, he urged from everyone, the people like you, people like me, to become vocal local to vocal. And this local to vocal will make you global. So I repeat, local to vocal, and vocal will make you global. So this is the crux of the speech made by our Honorable Prime Minister on 12th of May 2020, and he announced that tomorrow onwards, that means 13th May onwards, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will announce in phases various packages of 20 lakh crores of rupees. So first conference had already taken place. So here I'll take you what are the main points and what are the benefits announced, what are the various announcements for MSME sector under direct taxes, under EPF system for and other measures announced in the whole press conference. So let's have start all the packages. Please be careful and be there. Don't go away. So, friends, we are continuing. The first package is Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan package. So, under this, because of the lockdown starting from 13th March, 22nd March, the already package has been announced various of 1.70 lakhs. So, what are the important points? She elaborated what already had measures had already been taken of 1.7 lakh. First one is insurance cover of 50 lakhs per health worker. Yes, it's very important. Our courier warriors, we salute them, which are fighting without the fear of their own life with the corona patients. So 50 lakhs rupees insurance cover to all the corona warriors or health workers. Now 80 crores poor people, people who are unable to afford food because of the lockdown, who are unable to make their living on regular mode. So 80 lakhs poor people will given the benefit of 5 kg wheat or rice per person for next 3 months, starting from April, May, and June. 1 kg pulses for each household. 20 crores women will get 500 rupees per month on the Jan Dhan bank account. Gas cylinders free of cost. Insurance in Manrega wage to 202 rupees per day from 182 days to 13.62 crores families. Ex gratia of rupees 1000. Ex gratia rupees 1000 to 3 crore poor senior citizens. Yes, to poor senior citizens, poor widows, and poor Divyangs. So almost every segment of the poor fraternity had been taken care of. Now coming to the next package of Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Package 2. Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Package 2. Dear friends, what has been announced in this? Rupees 2000 paid to farmer under existing Prime Minister Kisan Yojana to benefit 8.7 crores farmers. Number two, building and construction workers welfare fund allowed to be used for relief to workers. Third, 24% of the monthly wages to be credited into their PF account. Next, 5 crores worker registered under Employees Provident Fund. Yes, a big relief. Registered under Employees Provident Fund to get non-transferable advance of 75% of amount deposited in their account or 3 months of the wages, whichever is lower. So we don't want that all the accounts will closed. So it is a limit of 3 months so that they can manage their living. Limit of collateral free include lending to be increased from rupees 10 to rupees 20 lakhs for women under self-help group. It is total amounting to 6.85 crores household. District Mineral Fund. So this is a very new term, District Mineral Fund, DMF. District Mineral Fund to be used for supplementing and augmenting facilities of middle medical testing and screening, etc. So let's come to other measures. Now we are moving to other measures. Friends, now it's turn to other measures on the request of the Government of India, RBI, because there are various steps which had been taken care by RBI for the mobilization of banks. RBI has raised the ways and means to reduce the means of advance limit of the states by 60%. Yes, it has been increased the advances limit of the states by 60% and enhanced the overdraft duration limits. The overdraft duration limits had increased, issued all the pending income tax refund. Yes, it's a big relief to all the taxpayers because they have got their refunds less than 5 lakhs, immediately benefiting around 14 lakhs taxpayer. Implemented special refund and drawbacks disposal drive. So all the drawbacks or the refunds which are pending under the government claims, so to release them immediately so that liquidity, people will not suffer the liquidity crunch Both the above measures amounted to 18,000 crores of rupees. Sanctions of rupees 15,000 crores for emergency health response package, because this pandemic had asked everybody to buy the PP kits, many sanitization and other real measures. So 15,000 crores of rupees have been used for such. I'm taking you to the next other measures which has been mentioned by Honorable Finance Minister, which provide relaxation in the statutory and compliance matters, such as enhancing the due date of income tax return from June 30. Yes, because before the lockdown, everybody knows that for the last financial year, last assessment year, the 18-19, last date of filing return of income is 31st March 2020. Due to pandemic, we are unable to file the submit the returns. So this date has been increased to 30th June 2020, 3 months extension. Extension filing GST returns to the end of June 2020. Yes, because of the monthly return starting from March, April, May, the date has been given to 30th June 2020. 24 by 7 custom clearance till 30th June, which is already earlier not possible now because of pandemic to have the necessities in order. No panic of necessities among the people. They have ensured 24 by 7 custom clearance. Relaxation of 3 months for debit card holders to withdraw cash from any ATM, etc. That means now we can withdraw money from any ATM. Now, allowing payment before 15th May 2020 for motor vehicle and health insurance policy. So they are saying that we can pay before 15th to the motor and vehicle insurance. Mandatory board meetings extended to by 60 days till 30th September. So because we are unable to conduct the board meetings, so their date had already been extended. Allowing extraordinary general meetings through video conferencing with e-voting simplified voting facility. It's a big relief because of this lockdown. Many people are unable to meet and they are unable to get because we are having a limitation. So the government has announced that okay, you can conduct video conferencing and you can vote in that. After this, it's a big relief that people at their home by maintaining social distancing can conduct and transact the business. Other measures taken by Reserve Bank of India, reduction of cash reserve ratio (CRR) has resulted in liquidity enhancement of rupees 1,737,000 crores. Target long-term repo operations (TLTROs) of 1 lakh 50 crores for fresh deployment and investments grade corporate bonds, commercial paper, and non-convertible debentures. TLTROs of 50,000 crores for investing them in investment grade bonds, government commercial papers, and non-convertible debentures of NBFCs and MFIs. This is Microfinance Institution, MFI, increased the bank's limit for borrowing overnight under the Managing Standing Facility (MSF), allowing the banking system to avail an additional of 1,37,000 crores of liquidity at reduced MSF rate. So these are the measures. We are continuing with the measures taken by RBI. Announced special reference facility to NABARD, SIDBI, and NHB to a total of 50,000 crores at the policy repo rate. Okay, then announced the opening of a special liquidity facility (SLF) of rupees 50,000 crores for mutual funds to alternative specified liquidity pressures. Moratorium of 3 months on payment of installments and payment of interest on working capital facility. It's a relief to the businessman who is sitting and their process manufacturing operations are closed down to enjoy the benefits. Ease of working capital financing by reducing margins. For loans by NFC and BFCs to commercial real estate sector, additional time of 1 year has been given for the extension of the date for commencement of commercial operation for 12 months, Because of this pandemic, we have increases 12 months. Now, dear friends, we will take you to the various announcements made by our Honorable Finance Minister Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman on 13th May in the press conference. They are saying it's a total of 3 lakh crores, but it's 3 lakh crores is only to MSME, and there are other measures so which are totaling to 5 lakh crores of rupees. We'll take you to that. First, I'll give a brief what Nirmala Sitharaman had said. She said that she had today she had announced 16 measures. Six measures consist of MSME. Three measures consist of EPF. So 6 plus 3 is 9. Three measures consist of DirectX. So 9 plus 3 12. And other measures consist of general public and other farmers benefit like NBFCs, microfinance and MFI. So in this way, total 16 measures have been taken. So first we'll take you what are the measures taken for the boosting of MSME sector. Now, sir, this is very important for all the MSME people. I request all the MSME people who are reading or going through this video, please be there and enjoy. Listen carefully. The very first announcement is rupees 3 lakhs crores have been separated for collateral free automatic loan for business including MSMEs. So business MSME have been badly affected due to this. So it's a big decision to get out of the that means these 3 lakh crores are reserved for providing loan to the business people and they can get very easily automatic loan. Now, this decision of emergency credit line of business (MSME) from NBFCs up to 20% of entire outstanding credit as on 29th February 2020. So, borrowers with up to 25 crores outstanding and up to 100 crores turnover eligible. Loans to have 4-year tenure. So this loan will be of 4 years tenure with moratorium of 12 months. That means for the first 12 months, you have to pay only interest, no principal payment. 100% credit guarantee cover to banks and NBFCs on principal and interest. Scheme can be availed till 31st October 2020. That means you have to take the benefit of this scheme up to 31st October 2020. No guarantee fee, no fresh collateral. So we will not ask you for any collateral and any fee for the same. Dear friends, I'll take you to the second amendment. Rupees 20,000 crores subordinate debt for stressed MSME. First one is for all. Second one is for all those MSME who are under stressed. Stressed MSME need equity support. This is highlighted by our Honorable Finance Minister. Government of India will facilitate provisions of 20,000 crores as subordinate debt. 2 lakhs crores are benefit. 2 lakhs MSMEs are likely to be benefited. Government will provide a support of 4,000 crores to CGTMSE. So CGTMSE will provide for partial credit guarantee support to banks. Third one announcement is rupees 50,000 crore equity infusion for MSME through funds of funds. So they said that they will create a funds of funds, and in this they will maintain a mother-daughter approach of providing benefit to the people. So the scheme will have a detail. We'll take you to the detail scheme. Now the next, a very big relief is given a new definition of MSME because there is earlier some discrepancy that what is MSME, which will be called micro, which will be called small and medium. Now, today in the press conference, this MSME definition has been prescribed. So, I'll take you to the definition. Our earlier definition for micro is investment is less than 25 lakhs and turnover is first. I'll take for the last investment is less than 25 lakhs for manufacturing. And for service sector, it is less than 10 lakhs. But now, as per the new amendment, for manufacturing, it is less than 1 crore, and services, both, it is less than 1 crore, and turnover is less than 5 crores will be taken as micro. For small, if the investment is less than 5 crores earlier, and the service sector investment is 2 crores, but now it is 10 crores, and turnover limit is 50 crores. I repeat, under the new scheme for small industries, earlier the investment limit of 5 crores and 2 crores, now it has been increased to 10 crores, and turnover limit to 50 crores. Third one, for medium industries, earlier the investment size is 10 crores, and for service it is 5 crores. But now it has been increased to 20 crores investment size and turnover to 100 crores. So it's a big relief, and every MSME, micro, small, and medium, will welcome this because now their area has been widened, and a very special announcement is given that up to the amount of rupees 200 crores, no global tenders. Global tenders to be disallowed for a threshold limit of 200 crores. So it will result for our MSMEs to strengthen their manufacturing, to enhance their product, and to get the benefit of tendering. Then other interventions had also been given. MSME currently face problems in marketing liquidity due to COVID. E-market linkages for MSME will be provided. Fintech will be used to enhance transaction-based lending. And government has been continuously monitoring the settlement scheme. MSME receivables from government and CPSEs, that means central and public sector enterprises, will be released within 45 days. So it's a big relief for them because their receivables will have a shortened time limit. They will get their working capital very frequently, and it will reduce their manufacturing cycle. Next is, our next benefits are for EPF, Employees Provident Fund. So our first six for MSME segment has been already covered. Now we'll take to other benefits for EPF. We are taking you to the various announcements made for EPF. For EPF, rupees 2,500 crores rupees have been announced to support the business workers for 3 months. That means a government will submit their 12% contribution to EPF on behalf of employers as well as for employees. So this will total comes out to 2,500 crores of rupees. And for statutory provident fund for employers, the EPF contribution reduced to, for business and workers of 3 months, up to 10%. Instead of earlier it was 12%, now it has been reduced to 10%. So EPF contribution reduced for business and workers for 3 months, and rupees 6,750 crores liquidity it will support to the employers. Now, next one is for NBFC because these are the only two reforms issued for EPF, Employees Provident Fund benefits. Now, I will take for NBFCs, HFCs, and microfinance institution, rupees 30,000 crores of rupees. Special liquidity scheme has been allowed for NBFCs, HFCs, and mutual funds organizations. So government will launch a 30,000 crore special liquidity scheme. So this scheme, once it will come out, we'll discuss in detail each and every scheme of this facility. Next one is rupees 45,000 crores partial credit guarantee scheme 2.0 for NBFCs. They had already issued 30,000 crores of rupees credit scheme. So now in addition to that, it's a credit scheme 2.0. So 45,000 crores partial credit scheme. Our Honorable Finance Minister announced that NBFCs, after giving the first guarantee credit scheme, has not helped them much. To boost them further, this 45,000 crores of guarantee scheme, partial credit scheme 2.0, they have announced. Third one is rupees 90,000 crores liquidity injection for discom companies, because our discom companies, particularly Power Finance Corporation and Power Grids, they are unable to pay the cost of the electricity, so that on the basis of receivables, this 90,000 crores injection will be given, so that this emergency power supply, this power production will not get disturbed in any case. Now we'll taking to another relief point, relief to contractors. Yes, I am taking you to the special relief to contractors. All the contractors whose orders and the contracts are to be finished after 25th of March. Yes, after 25th of March has been automatically increased for a or extended for a further period of 6 months. So extension of up to 6 months of all the contracts of cost to be given to central agencies like Railway, Ministry of Roads and Transport, Highways, Central CPWD, etc. So all the contractors will get, because of lockdown they are suffering losses, to compensate them double the period. 3 months losses they have suffered, extension had given for 6 months. Extension of registration and completion date for real estate. Yes, this is a single benefit announced by finance minister for real estate sector, that extension of registration and completion date of real estate projects under RERA, that they can register. Because of lockdown, their projects have not been completed and they are unable to meet the guidelines of RERA. So they have been extended for a period of extension of registration and completion for a period of, I'll give how much period, of 3 months. So they have to apply for new registration and new completion projects. So this is for the real estate. It will give them a boost in real sector. Now there are three measures which has been announced for direct taxes. I'll take you on that. First direct tax measure is reduction in the rates of TDS and TCS. The government announced that there is a rate cut of 25% of the existing rates of TDS and TCS. So now the rate, suppose earlier the rate on salaries, for example, of the TDS is 10%, now it will be only 7.5%. So TDS rate will be 7.5% now. So this will infuse 50,000 crores of rupees liquidity into the market. And this reduction shall be applicable from the remaining part of the financial. That means from tomorrow onwards till 31st March 21, this will be applicable. Other major is all pending refunds of charitable institutions, trust, non-corporate business professions. Non-corporate business are partnership, firms, LLPs, and professions, including proprietorship, partnership, cooperatives, will be issued immediately. So now it's a big relief to them. They will get their refunds. Next benefit is due date of salaried income tax return, individual income tax return, whose date is 31st July of 2020, and the all other income tax returns which are on 31st October will now be extended to 30th November. I repeat, the due date of returns for 31st July and 31st October will now be 30th November 2020. One more thing, the tax audit, which are to be completed by 30th September 2020, will now allowed to be completed or extended the date by 31st October 2020. So these are the very important tax measures. Remaining tax measures are date of assessment. There are few assessments which are getting barred because 31st March 2020 was the last date, and because of the lockdown we are unable to complete. So their date has been extended to 6 months, up to September 2020, 30th September 2020. And the assessments, this is in advance an announcement, assessments which will get barred on 31st March 2021 will be extended by 30th September 2021. So 6 months extension had been given to them. Now period of a very informative and very important scheme announced in this budget, Vivad Se Vishwas scheme for making payments without additional amount will be extended to 31st December 2020. So my dear friends, these are the measures announced by a finance minister under the package of 4.0 pandemic. It's a part one. We'll continue and don't forget to like and subscribe my channel for the regular updates of pandemic and all economic related issues, all finance issues for the coming business people. Thank you very much. Don't go away. Stay tuned. Thank you.